welcome. We've got some Gold League action. And the league is not Platinum. It is Gold. Change that logo right there. Margougou and Ganji are an interesting situation. Ganji got swept in his first round. And Margougou hasn't played yet. So this is Margougou's first round. Both these players have been far less active than they were last Titans League season and just in general. I am usually very aware of who's playing and who's active because I am always playing and always active and always watching. And there were question marks for me watching Ganji against Dogao. Now, Dogao played amazing. And so I think it's easy to say, wow, Ganji didn't look good. And like just think that's because of Ganji under-delivering. But I really do think so much of that had to do with just how good Dogao is. So Ganji and Margougou, both former Platinum players, but they got relegated down here. And so now it's a question of, will they stay Gold? Will they go back up to Platinum? And listen, the AW2 food chain's pretty crazy. It's very realistic that maybe we could see one of these guys get relegated out of this group. 5 out of the 6 players in this group were in Platinum before. So it's a tough group. Margougou's gone for the Mayans. Or sorry, the Maya. But yeah, you can even tell by their elo around their names of the score. Like, these guys have both been 2,500. So, clearly not playing the game quite as much. But maybe it's all been behind closed doors training, too. I mean, that's also a very good possibility. We really just don't know. Ganji bringing in his boar. 4 on wood for him. He's gone for the Vietnamese. The Vietnamese bonus of knowing where your opponent's town center is kind of wasted on this map. Because the way the map spawns is always the same. The players are always going to be in the middle of these two slopes. But it's still a really nice civ for the cheaper eco upgrades and faster researching. Ganji with 4 on wood at the moment. Same for Margougou. Or sorry, not the same for Margougou. He's got 3 on wood. And Margougou's pushed in 1 deer. So on slopes, you can push in 1 deer from the side. On each side. So you could push a maximum of 2 deer. But it takes a lot more scout time to get back over there. And so if you're going to push both deer, you're just not moving forward for a while. And then beyond that, you do have the potential to build a mill on these resources. Actually seems like that might be the idea for Margougou at the moment. I remember in the past, players would actually build a barracks over here. And kind of use that barracks and the military buildings to defend this area long term. And then you have villagers over here, so when you make it to Castle Age, you can easily town center. And maybe what Margougou's thinking about, there's another detail too. I guess he hasn't scouted it. But you have a stone side and you have a gold side. So that will be different each game. He ends up being fortunate. I do think this could be a nice little area to town center later on. But he's going to build the mill. He'll take that food. And Ganji's going to do the same. And Ganji already scouted as well that Margougou's over there because he saw the villager. You also had Margougou scouting, Margougou looking. He finds that there's not anything here. He might move over and scout the other side now, so scouting is really important on the map. Interesting that the Mayan player is choosing to drop the mill, though. Usually the Mayans would go for the barracks. I don't hate it. You can still get the barracks later. But this definitely isn't your typical build. Now, Eagle is very strong if you want to engage in Dark Age. Use some militia. But the second you're in feudal versus scout, the scout is superior on the other side of things. So usually you want some infantry incorporated. And there's the barracks from Margougou. But yeah, Mayans do start with a little less food because they start with that extra vill. So I think there's an argument to placing the mill like this. And it helps you compensate for that. And yeah, he's on the way up. So same time as the opponent, but has the additional villager here. A pretty clean builds from both. Margougou just needs to double check. And Margougou will see this. So now he knows. So this is interesting, right? Because they're both in the the opposite corners of the map, north and south. And they both are going to want to kill those vills while simultaneously needing to defend themselves. And then you have to know, what are they attacking with? So Ganji hasn't scouted the front to know it's militia, for example. And now Margougou is trying to scout the front to see if a barracks is already completed for Ganji. Actually, really valuable to see this barracks is just now being completed. That's so nice. Because you know it's not man-at-arms. You don't even have to worry about it now. This is not an easy area to wall up. You can wall it up, but it's not easy, especially if you're moving out to the hairs. And then the vills would be running downhill, so it's tough. Is Ganji scouting on point right now? Is he checking the front? He's not. He is adding the militia, so he's trying to go for the same build. And now one militia is moving forward. No second one in queue yet. Margougou's got the better build order so far. And you just worry for Ganji a little bit. Now, here's the funny thing, guys. Because Ganji's build was bad, like, straight up, that's how you look at it as a player. You're like, because Ganji had a poor build with the timings, it will confuse Margougou. Because Margougou's like, nobody completes the barracks at that time and goes for militia. That's stupid, you know? But you got to stay humble, right? As Margougou said. And Margougou, he hasn't stayed humble. He could be attacked. But now he's over here. And, oh, man, Ganji, you need your quick walls. Just no scouting, guys. Just no scouting. You've got to know this is a possibility. And one villager's down already. Now Ganji will need the counter damage. Ganji is going in. He doesn't have man-at-arms, though. He just has 2 militia and the scout. We'll see how Margougou can handle this, but he killed 2 vills. It's been the dream opening for Margougou. And now he's noticed this, and he actually should be able to defend from this and not lose 2 villagers. I think he'll just lose 1. That is really good work from Ganji, though. So nice work from Ganji. Villagers are just going to leave now from Margougou. But, oh my god, I'm super badly housed. House is next to the town center. I'm sorry, I gotta say it how it is. Ganji just does not seem like he's in very good shape right now. I don't know. Very few players are able to maintain full time, right? You got school, you got life, you got work, you got this, you got that. You just don't know, but it just doesn't seem like Ganji is prepped with the proper timings of the game. The scouting wasn't there. Now we've got crazy quick walls. He's never going to need a house again, but like, holy crap, the idle time is adding up. Margougou's still trying to defend as well. Margougou's transitioned to the farms very nicely. Margougou still has the man-at-arms and the eagle here. Could potentially get a villager kill, but because that's so close to the TC, he doesn't want to take the risk. He will clear up the militia. Margougou has to be very satisfied with how this series has started here. Yeah, we've got 6 farms already for Margougou. Could still build a mill on the berries, like Ganji did. And Ganji will be on archers as well. See, this villager's moving forward. This villager may be going to build the blacksmith. Maybe Ganji will slowly get the walls down that way. But 3 villager lead from Margougou and counting. Margougou has the cheap walls with the Mayans. The walls are still going up. He's being patient now. He's bringing his ranged units as a follow-up. Both players pushed off the side food resources now. So it's mainly about the farm transition. And all about that fletching timing as well. And, oh my goodness, guys. It's just not good for Ganji. It's just not good. It's just not good. Overextends. You guys know, like, if you're slightly off, you can get so punished. But this is Gold League, right? Like, this isn't... This is 25th to 48 in the world. This isn't 1200 elo, you know, where it still could snowball. This is intense stuff, and... He didn't lose an additional archer. Maybe I overreacted a little bit. But Margougou's feeling pretty confident right now. I think you can feel it as a player as well, right? When you're in the game, you know. You're like, okay, he can't keep up with me. I found the timings. I'm in the better position here. When you're in the better position, probably just keep walling up. And that's what he's doing. He'll send the range units to the north. There shouldn't be any holes. Oh, God. There is a hole right there in the wood line if Margougou thinks to click back there, but Margougou's got the army on the left. He doesn't know where Ganji's army is right now. Like, Ganji doesn't even have a blacksmith yet. Like, he doesn't even have fletching on the way. Like, this is so far from the proper timings, and the army's just going to run right in. Which, he scouted this as well. Like, he just doesn't realize it. And now he has to pull back. And now the lack of upgrades is going to be an issue. Margougou's loving life right now. Game number 1. Ganji's going to run with these villagers. But he just cannot keep up with Margougou at the moment. And then over here, he loses his scout. He loses the skirm. And now he realizes where the hole is. They want to plug the hole so this army can't leave. Margougou's got the archers and the skirmishers firing, though. And Ganji's villager's going to go down, and he can't even get the house in time. And now there's another villager here. Ganji is just completely out of sorts right now. I mean, let's just call it what it is. Margougou's playing very well. Ganji is not in tip-top shape, and this is looking disastrous for him. Margougou punishes now on the left side. He gets through on the right. Ganji has to react with everything. Margougou now goes in on the left. And Margougou will click up to Castle Age here. And there's 50 food in the bank for Ganji, as he's going to lose another villager. I mean, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself because it's just the first game in a play all three. But just think about the competition in this group. There's Jordan, there's Kingston, there's Uzi. I mean, Jordan and Kingston are former Platinum players. Uzi's the only one who isn't. This isn't going to get any easier. And lovely work here from Margougou. You're going to lose this army eventually, but you just want to get as much value as possible. And yeah, he's getting the value all right. Let's look at the worker collected. Let's look at the overall gathering eco stat here, just to give you an idea of just how idle the eco is. I don't look at this time that frequently. So this stat right here, gathering time. Total amount of time villagers have spent gathering, 1 hour more for Margougou. Worker efficiency last minute, 81%. 82% now. Worker efficiency overall throughout the whole game, 69% for Ganji, 81% for Margougou. It's just been so smooth. And then on this side, it's been a train wreck. It's been a train wreck. Struggling not to be brutal, but Ganji has looked like one of the rustiest players in Gold League so far. Maybe the rustiest player in Gold League. I think there are silver players who are playing better than he's shown thus far. We'll see if he can turn it around. That Castle Age time is a nightmare. He's really going to fight. But Crossbow and Bodkin's on the way. He's going to click up now. And he is to defend 2.5 minutes now against Crossbowman. No holes in the wall from Margougou, so this army from Ganji can't sneak in and do anything. And Ganji, he's doing what he can. He's going to stone wall. He's going to house wall. He's literally doing everything you have to do to try and stabilize from here, but it's going to be difficult, man. Not ideal for Ganji. But I think, it just shows you what the level's like, right? Like, some players, if they step away, it's really hard to maintain that shape. And if you're not playing consistently when everybody else is, and there's more reason to play now than ever, really, with the way that the format looks, you can get punished. Margougou's been incredibly sharp. The university's on the way for him. His crossbows will just defend the skirms on the other sides of the wood line. And he's camping right next to this gold. A gold that Ganji can't tower because he sold the stone to click up. He does have this spearman over here. He does have 3 villagers over here. So there's a couple other things to look at. But yeah, this is rough. How hard did you really not try to be brutal? I can be much more brutal with my words if you feel what I'm saying isn't professional. I think I'm saying everything is exactly as I should. This is a 25k gold league. Everyone's going to see it as an opportunity, particularly in this group, as an opportunity to get up to platinum again, which is a 64k league. If you are not in tip-top shape, it will become very clear. And right there, it was very clear. Dream opening from Margougou. We'll move into the next game. I just want to talk about, again, when you're not active, when you're not well practiced, when you're not necessarily in shape, you just miss things that we get used to because it happens every single game at the high level. And really, the biggest thing here, right? I was going to go back to the difference. Look at what the scouts have done, right? So both players scouted both sides. It scouted for the resources. Now you need to scout and see what your opponent's opening is. So Margougou, that's exactly what he's doing. And Margougou looks to confirm. He's like, okay, he's building a barracks. Now, again, it was a funny thing where Ganji's barracks was late. So Margougou actually got confused. But he looks here to know. Ganji's scout never once checks. Never once checks. And also doesn't assume. And like, I would assume anytime I'm up against the Mayans that they're going to open with this or straight archers. So you would always want to check. And just getting surprised by that tells me maybe he's not really, really ready for, or you know, in the meta mind he needs to be in. So, good start for Margougou. 0-4 so far for Ganji. He needs this next win, at least. If he can get one win in this best, play all three, then he can get in shape this week, and then he has 3 more rounds, and it's doable to survive in Gold League. But he gets swept here, really bad odds for him, I would say. All right, so some chatters were saying maybe I was being harsh. But honestly, I wouldn't be doing my job if we were in Gold League, and some of the things we saw from Ganji would not be treated with some directness. It was not smooth, it was not sharp, and all of this comes from the basis of what Gold League is kind of expected to do, but also what Ganji has done, right? Ganji's amazing, and I think for Ganji, he can definitely play much better. If there's a map where he can turn it around, it would be here, right? So we've got Portuguese for Ganji. Last time he went for Burgundians, and he went for Fish Boom, and his fishing ships got sniped against the Malay. But again, a lot of that was just because he was up against Dogao, and Malay's very good civ there. He wanted a forward castle, and the forward castle got denied by archers. Margougou was actually watching that game in my chat, and Margougou saw the approach, but he has Koreans now. What do we think about Koreans here? The Navy side is decent, and the water that's incorporated here is very important. So you have the cheaper warships. I don't hate that. I do think turtle ships are not going to see a feature because turtle ships are just too slow, and it's a pretty big map on the outside. The more I think about it, I wonder if he's going to play water and guard towers, because the golden stone is always fixed on the front. It would make a lot of sense to maybe get to Castle Age with some navy and then try and get a tower up. Yeah, look at this. He sees the gold already, and that is not an accident. He's scouting very early here. Now, they're both taking the fight. Actually, if Margougou runs, he will receive an extra hit there. So it was actually important that he ran when he did. If he waited for the final second and bailed on that, he might have lost his scout. Yeah, he gets hit again. I think he's just going to run home now. But yeah, it's a tough map to figure out. I don't think there's an established meta. You do need to take water, but if you fully take water, you can lose land and lose access to stone and gold. And obviously, if you play full land, you're going to lose water. So it's a fun map. Portuguese are very good here. Their ships are strong. All their units are cheaper as well. So if you want to make monks, it's a good option. You want to make navy. You want to make organ guns. All those options are good. So every game we've seen on this has been pretty good so far. I think the one that wasn't competitive was actually the Ganji Dogao one. Dogao might have found the meta there, though. I don't think the Malay are going to be available that frequently in drafts with how Dogao played that. That was really solid. If you do get pushed off your main golds, you have the oysters. You have about 2,000 gold of oyster. You can use fishing ships and villagers for that. The initial version of this map had the oysters in the ships, which I think you guys would like, but it was hard to see them, and I didn't want players complaining that they didn't know their gold was there. So because I know that would have happened once or twice, even if we put the information in the Discord, we just moved the oysters out to make them more visible, so there's no confusion there. I think it also makes it a little bit easier for viewers. Sometimes you would just see the ship, and you wouldn't see the oysters, so you had to, like, just click this and know there was gold there, which was a little brutal. Margougou scouted that gold, though, guys. He saw this gold and clearly has a plan based around it. I see he's getting loom now. Well, he's going to get Loom here in a second. Can he click up? This is a really fast uptime. This feels like a feudal age tower rush. This would not be a fast castle of any kind. Now, it could be feudal age navy. Maybe you do a mix of both. I wouldn't hate two docks and galleys. That's kind of what Dogal did in his game against Ganji. And Margougou is abandoning all form of food underneath the TC. He shifts these two villagers over to the oysters to get gold income, and everything else is on wood, so this is going to be galleys. I don't think a tower now does anything for you. So I don't like the tower now, but a tower later is a really good option for the Koreans. But now he's going to stone. He's thinking about it, right? Ganji's not taking this gold. If Ganji's going to take gold, we'll find out in a second where he wants to go. Really like what he's done here, pulling 5 villagers on the shorefish. It's a great way to get food eco. Feels like Ganji's plan is fast castle. But again, gold can be oysters or gold can be his main gold. And here comes Margougou now. It's a little bit more difficult to tower rush the stone. He does see the stone. He does see the gold, though. This was an intentional addition to the map. We didn't want it where one person had a safe stone and a safe gold and the other did not. So we intentionally made them forward and basically tower rushable. And that's what Margougou is going to try right now. But if he thinks Ganji's going to go for a castle, it's a really good shout to try and deny the stone. Especially because there's the gold on the back anyways, so it's not like Ganji really needs this. This is probably the best place to tower rush, the more I think about it. One dock is behind for Margougou. He will be making some galleys over time. This will take him some time to break through here. He would have to attack the wall and break his way through. He is on the way. Loom is on the way for Ganji. Ganji's... I know he's rusty, but I think the quick walls would probably be very okay for him. I think he's still going to understand. He clearly can't pre-wall as well because the previous game, but that was just a mistake. I think he could wall behind here. Just wall like this, wall like this. Could also build his own tower. Oh, he's just going to run in and try and place a house or a wall there. He did a really good job dodging, and oh, that's so nice. Yeah, this is what experienced arena players do against the tower rush, because tower projectiles really don't hit that much compared to in the past. I don't think you could do this pre-definitive edition, but on DE, people figured out you actually are going to dodge a lot of those arrows, even if you're running straight on, and that gives him an extra second to think about things. But, you know, he thinks about it, and now he thinks he maybe needs a tower of his own, which he'll do. He's making galleys behind. And Margougou's got the galleys as well, also from 2 docks. If you could tower rush, just keep a couple towers up as the Koreans, and then kill his fish, it's going to be amazing. But right now, it's looking like Ganji is going to make it to Castle Age much faster. Margougou hasn't taken the berries at all. Margougou is going to want some kills on water. Galleys are on the way. We've got 3 galleys there. It'll be about 3 for Ganji here in a second. With his seawall, he actually could notice these galleys if he's paying attention. I think they probably are just going to patrol into each other. Yeah, and they do. Ganji gets the first volley. But I don't think Ganji's noticing. I don't think he sees this. He's not reacting at all. He's not looking at this, guys. Now he looks at it. Very late reaction. There was no micro. He patrolled that. He loses a galley because Margougou was microing, and now he's got a full pullback. Still does have the potential to stabilize this because he was producing the galleys. I think he's really looking here because his tower's being shot down. More galleys are coming in from Margougou, and Margougou's getting fletching, so Margougou will desperately come to the berries. Again, his eco's still a bit of a mess. It is Koreans against Portuguese. There's no big eco bonus for the Koreans right now. And now Ganji knows he needs to pay close attention. Portuguese still do have more HP on their ships, but with fletching not being in for Ganji, he could have some issues here. And Margougou knows he doesn't have fletching, and Margougou is confidently running at him. Snipes one of the ships. Ganji snipes one in return. Galleys are coming from a long way away. So I think with the defender's advantage, as long as Ganji can get fletching, he should be more than fine here. But it's the same thing as last game, right? He was delayed with the blacksmith. Margougou brought 2 fishing ships forward. That is not what you wanted to bring forward. We needed the galleys, Margougou. It's the forward fishing ship rush. He probably had the idea to add 2 fishing ships behind this and then just got so focused. I've done this before myself. It looks ridiculous, but it's very easy to make the mistake. Nice defense from Ganji there. He does lose his tower, though. And Margougou's maybe almost through. But I think if Ganji just walls this out with another layer and plans around a siege workshop, he's still okay. Because you can siege push the towers before they're castle age towers. Margougou only has 100 food in the bank. But I think water could turn around as well at the same time. Like, fletching's still in for Margougou. Ganji overextends. Ganji loses 1. He loses 2. He kills 1. But now his galleys also can't get away because Margougou's jumping on top of him. This is an important find for Margougou. If he can eliminate the fish from Ganji and also tower rush everything. Oh, bro, that's so smart from Ganji. Damn. Okay, well, I was going to say if Margougou can eliminate the water, he eliminates the oysters, he eliminates the fish, and then he also has eliminated the stone. But he hasn't eliminated the stone because Ganji's just walking to the middle of the map. Margougou doesn't have a scout to see this, and he's just going to take the stone anyways. That's some great experience there from Ganji. I love that. Again, Ganji's not playing his best Age of Empires. We know that. But in this format, if you can get a win or 2 from this series, even just 1 win, you got 3 more rounds. I would assume he's playing the game more and more, and he's trying to get back in shape over the week. So this would be an important one for Ganji. Getting swept here would make it very difficult, even if he gets in better shape. Margougou will see that. Margougou will be like, okay, what's he going to do? What's he going to do? He's on the way to Castle Age himself. He thinks, my opponent does not have stone. I'm okay now. And I will kill on water. And now he wants to take his own gold. And there is a castle there. And that does not exactly make a lot of sense. And Margougou doesn't notice it either. And Margougou, you might want to cancel that. Yep, he's going to cancel that. And he's actually going to do the same thing. He's going to run this way. He's going to take this gold. We'll see if Ganji pays attention to that. Ganji lost all of his fishing ships except for 1. His food eco is horrible. He only has that 1 fishing ship on food. But he's got a castle with Portuguese, and he can take stone and gold out here, and he could break into the walls. He could start to make organ guns. So Margougou needs to defend. But I do think the scouting's critical now for Ganji. Ganji needs to know where these villagers are going to go for Margougou. Now, he's still on water as well. He's trying to snipe the fish. Oh, this is so good. This is so good, because if his opponent had the fishing ships, got up to 4 to 8 fishing ships out here, it'd be a completely different game. But this is such a nice find for Ganji. As Margougou's so distracted on land and is worried about the organ guns, he's losing his fish. You could lose water now and still be okay with it if you're Ganji. It's a big investment to get more fishing ships again. Full stone walls from Margougou. This is a crazy game. Guys, Margougou has a stable in Ganji's base right now. This is amazing. This is amazing. He could still tower rush too. Yeah, obviously the guard tower upgrade's free. He will drop a tower here in case he gets pressured. Ganji never looked that way, though, so I don't think that's on Ganji's mind yet. He will see the house. He will see the villagers here. He didn't know about the layer of walls. The scout's just chilling over here. Ganji sees the stable now, so Ganji will place the house walls. Ganji might want another castle. Here he comes with the bills. This is crazy, dude. Very low water control for either player. But if anyone's going to be able to fish still, it would be Margougou. But good luck fishing. You're going to have a castle on your face. Ganji doesn't have the stone yet. He's using the market to buy and sell. There's still some micro over here with the knights. That organ gun's very weak. Margougou knows it. Margougou will go with a Korean knight to kill the organ gun. He kills the villager. He'll kill the organs. That's good. But now he's got a castle on his face. Chat, pick a winner here. Who wins this game? On one hand, Ganji's woodline could be completely dead if there's siege in a moment, and there will be. Margougou could be completely dead because there's a second castle coming up on his face, and organ guns are knocking on the door. The population says that Margougou's going to win, but I've seen the Portuguese and I've seen organ guns do crazy things. At least you have the fish, right? At least you have the fish, but even that could be sniped. I mean, these ships are still out here. Ganji's not paying attention, but we don't know what will happen there. The galleys actually get pulled this way from Margougou. I like that. Just to range that wood line. I actually would have liked to see him bring the vills and drop a tower here. Because if a tower goes up here, this whole wood line will be in trouble, but it's a long walk. Nice shot from Margougou. I think the keys for him was getting to this gold. And now placing these towers and walls is a really good call. And they're perfectly timed as well. That's really good play from Margougou under pressure. He's even getting the relics as well. I think if you're on berries in the middle of the map, that tells you some things have gone wrong. And that Margougou is probably ahead. See, now Ganji's like, wait a second. He's making gold units. How is he doing that? Where could he be? He seems to be going here. I don't think it's even crossed his mind that Margougou could be here. The knights got deleted here, I believe, because there was a monk out that started to convert. Probably a wise move to get the delete. Guard tower is found. Margougou loses the monk. Siege workshop now from Ganji, but he's hit a wall. He's hit a wall in terms of damage he can do. Not even a literal wall. He's hit the literal wall as well, but he's investing and he can't get damage, which is the worst possible spot to be in a game. Oh, and now the rocket cart's on the way. Rocket cart's on the way. Villagers have to leave. Pretty soon, Ganji's not going to have anything in his base. Deletes that villager so it doesn't get stolen. I can't wait till Margougou tries to castle drop Ganji's base, only for Ganji to not be here. Ganji's going to have a monk in his base and one vill, maybe. There he goes. He's moving to the middle. Like, where does Margougou even choose to castle now? Margougou still is the fish. He's adding more docks and adding more fishing ships, which is really smart. Did eventually kill those ships as well from Ganji. At least I think so. Looks like Ganji's making more. But yeah, now Margougou needs to leave Ganji's base because Ganji is not here. 60 eco versus 41. What a great job from Margougou with this tower rush. Oof. And what a great job to adapt to the castle drop. Both castles. And it was perfect. The first wall was great. And then the guard towers were well timed too. He will soon not have a town center. But I guess he'll make another one over here. So that's fine. He also got the relics too. Fire galleys from Ganji are on the way in. There are some galleys left over from Margougou. He'll need to pay attention to this. Fish advantage is really big right now. He won't want to lose that. And Ganji is losing his town center, which is a pretty unhelpful spot anyways. But yeah, he'll lose that. And Margougou is starting to come this direction with this rocket cart tower push. More navy queued up for Margougou. So he should be able to clear this. There is more navy queued up for Ganji at the same time. So he saw those docks. Micros needed. And this is the first time that Margougou will see mangonels from his opponent. Nice micro here for Ganji. But the thing is, you do need to push, right? You do need to do economic damage, which I guess right now would be on water. If you're not doing economic damage, you are still kind of stuck here. Margougou is going to back off. He's going to be happy with where he's at right now. He'll try and relax. If this were me, we know what chat would say, but this is just what really fast, really smart, really skilled players do, guys. We put I can't take myself seriously. You're so focused on your amazing micro. Isn't that right, Margougou? You're so focused on your amazing micro that that's how you place the farms. No judgment from me. Monk is running away. I don't think Redemption is in yet for Ganji, right? No, it's not. I think that's something that is expected, though. Ganji loves his monks. He has the monks. And you're going Siege. So I think that's why we're seeing the Light Cav upgrade, but... Here comes Ganji. He's bringing all his villagers to repair this siege. He's going to try and push the guard towers. The guard towers don't have Bodcanero yet. And I think this is Ganji recognizing this game is going poorly for him, so he's just going to send it. This is crazy commitment. How many villagers are repairing this right now? But it might be crazy that he needs. Because if he breaks this town center, this game is blown wide open. What is this from Ganji? What is this from Ganji? He's brought his vills not to build a castle, but just to repair. One tower's down. This is crazy. This is the only way he wins, is if he breaks the town center. Look at him roll underneath the TC as well. Will he go too far? There's a rocket car coming. There's light cav coming. He needs to path in a different way. No! Ganji loses 3 mangonels to 1 rocket cart shot, and the tower still stands. Margougou needs to hold. He went a little too far. Again, there's still fishing ships. We have a tower over here. Still fishing ships from Margougou. Still some random fires from Ganji, which could maybe find the kills. Rocket car comes in. Takes 1 organ gun. Light Cav for Koreans are so weak. But Light Cav can win if there's no organs. If there's no organs, they can take the mangonels. The organ guns are kind of the key. Holy cow. We do have a town center down here from Ganji. Again, he has no eco really in his base anymore, except for a couple random vills that are now going to die to the rocket cart. Some fishing ships are being found. What a game. But it's a game that Margougou continues to win. Continues to hold the lead. But Ganji's micro. Ganji doesn't have an eco to focus on, so Ganji's micro has been really good when it counts. I like the War Galley upgrade from Margougou. If he can take care of the docks once and for all, and not have to worry about these annoying galley raids, that would be so good for him. He just needs patience. Ideally, he gets his own castle and he gets up to Imp. So you just need to wait until you get the food. But there's no space. Rocket cart gets the trade. Light Cav are going to move around. The Ganji cannot allow that to happen. If these Light Cav find the wood line or find the gold, it's a problem. And oh man, the quick walls. Like I said, maybe the builds have been a little bit off compared to his best, but the quick walls are there. He boops that house in the final second. The organ guns are on the way. But now Margougou has more army waiting here, and Ganji has to pull back. Beautiful attack round from Ganji. Organ guns are over here. It's a nice idea from Margougou, but I don't think that tower goes up. Light Cav probably need to pull back. On water. Still some presence. 4 kills, 4 economic kills from those fires, but I do think that that will end soon. So Ganji needs the attacks to happen on land. What a game. But 0 on food for Ganji, which is really bad. But no idle TC time because he doesn't have a TC. Oh, no, he does have a TC. Okay, well, then he has idle TC time. What do we think about this map, chat? So far, I'm really happy with it. So far, it has surpassed expectations. I thought it would be solid. I didn't think it would be, like, must-watch Age of Empires, you know? It's so crazy. There's just so many different things that you can do. I feel like it was kind of good strategy from both of them, but one player was able to manage the economy much better, and that's been Margougou. And you can kind of tell by the fact that there's no town center for Ganji in his base anymore. And no fishing ships. But he gets another kill. He needs to YOLO back for that town center again. That's really the only way. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's doable. But I would say if Margougou realizes he doesn't have Bodcanero and just drops a couple more towers, or even a castle there, I think it's game over. Ooh, if this tower goes up as well, it's a really nice position because he can siege push from this side. Margougou with the plays. Margougou with the plays. Yeah, that guard tower really makes it difficult for Ganji. And Ganji knows he's behind. He's gonna go for it, guys. He has to do something extreme. So here he goes. He doesn't know there's a rocket cart there yet, which means he could lose the castle. Ah! Okay, he doesn't lose the castle. He takes down the rocket cart. Castle's on the way up. That is Margougou's Imperial Age Town Center. His only town center. His Imperial Age Town Center has 1,000 HP and is on fire and underneath a new castle. Okay, he cancels Imp. He's going to build one here. That's smart. Some people don't notice till way later. That's smart. These games are chaotic. And even if they practice, there's no way that there's a lot of experience in these situations because this map is unique. So credit to Margougou for noticing that. Now he can click Imp. He is still pushing over here, by the way. And he's got Light Cav over here. Oh, and he's going to tower here as well. How is Margougou coming this direction as well? Super smart from Margougou. Ganji doesn't notice this right away. Ganji loses quite a few vills. And he finds more stone. Look at the eco count for Ganji right now. 1 on wood, 0 on food, 3 on gold, 18 on stone. It is the true castle dropper's eco for Ganji. But eventually he's going to need food. The thing is, Margougou needs to get a castle to take care of the enemy castles. And he doesn't have stone anymore. And he also doesn't really have gold. Guys, it is dawning on me how ridiculous this is. He would need to go for bombard cannons, I guess, which means he needs chemistry. I don't even know if he has a university. This is crazy. It looks ridiculous, but it's a really good move from Ganji to take this tower down. Because you can't allow this to continue. I mean, I guess he also needs gold. He also can't really take the gold. Technically, Margougou could come take this gold. Look at this map, dude. Okay, where's the university for Margougou? I'm not seeing one. Again, you can get gold from the oysters. So he should be able to take some gold there if he puts some fishing ships on oysters. Another castle for Ganji. Ganji, do not call it when he hits Imp, please. I really need to know what happens. That could easily make you think it's over. Margougou is trying to buy a castle. And the GG's called. Oh, man. Ganji taps out. Yeah, Margougou, if he gets a castle up, it might be over. I still not sure. Like, it's a horrible position for Ganji. Let's just not forget that. Like, he barely has any economy. He hasn't produced a villager in a lifetime. Imp can mean cannon galleons. Imp can mean so many things. Imp, at the very least, means Margougou's got the better economy. And Margougou just bought a castle. So he is going to get the castle. What probably happens here, guys, is he deletes these walls real quick. He drops the castle here. And then he makes trebs to take down 2 of the castles. And then he's got keep as well. Like, keep is free. So he's got keeps around. Like, the keeps give him really good value. Margougou still probably wins the game. Let's be real. But I would have liked to see that go on a little bit longer just to see how tough it was for Margougou there. Because he is really stretched for res. Imp was expensive. But what a game. And what a great job from Margougou to adapt to the castles. When you get castle dropped like that, it's not easy. And it wasn't a free fish boom either. It was never a free fish boom. He eventually got there, but Ganji did a really good job continuing to pressure on water while everything else was happening. So, amazing pressure from Margougou to get the towers up, to pressure the TC, pressure the wood line, get over here with the light cav, get over here. Like, he never let Ganji rest. So, very well done. And that is not a map that is Margougou's home map. Remember, that's Ganji's map. And now Ganji's still 0-5 in Titans League Gold. Really needs a win. But the final game that's played will be on Margougou's home map. Margougou, 15k wood, 10k food. He was just below the amount of gold and stone his opponent had. That's just how far ahead he was. Crazy game. So we got Margougou up 2-0. Just got to reset this. Margougou undefeated so far. Ganji has been, well, he's been defeated. He's 0-5. He needs a win. He needs a win. The competition's not going to get easier. We'll look at the probabilities after this. I know it's just the first round for Ganji, but considering he's still... Yeah, well, actually, no, this is the second round for Ganji, right? No, it's the second round. Going 0-6, we'd have to look back at the history, but in all of our groups in Titans League, there might have never been a situation where someone goes 0-6 and then survives. But, you know, good for Ganji. It's not me trying to be critical. It's not me trying to be rude. It's just the reality. He can play much better than we've seen. And we hope he can turn it up here. He's gone for the Byzantines on African River against the Japanese from Margougou. And so this map is very aggressive in different ways than the previous one. We probably won't see any tower rushing or castle drops here. But you've got these 4 little sections of water where there's deep fish. And they're all interconnected. So 4 little pools, I guess, where you've got the food. So docking is really valuable. We'll probably see that. And you can go for a mix of fire ships with land pressure. But the Japanese are the best at that. Because the Japanese can go for man-at-arms. Saving on the lumber camps, the mills, and the mining camps. Also having the very tanky fishing ships. All that is what makes the Japanese great here. So basically, if the Japanese can use their bonuses correctly early feudal, they're almost always one of the best civs in the game. But if the Byzantines survive that, if the Byzantines can survive any early attack, they then become one of the toughest civs to break in the game. This matchup even more so. I really think Byzantines survive up to like 16, 17 minutes and the game is close. They immediately shift into being the better civ here. But there's a lot that can happen. Yeah, for food eco, you've got plenty of hunt to push in. You also have the water buffaloes, and you'll have 2 different rhinos. Or is it 1 rhino? It might actually just be 1 rhino. Now that I think about it, because there's a lot of hunt around. I really should know this. Now I'm second-guessing myself. I think because of the amount of hunt, it might just be 1. And then you do also have the shorefish, too, so that's basically 400 free food right next to your TC. So it's probably just 1, because I'm seeing lots of zebras and lots of ostrich here. I am test play, says T90 just curious. How do you avoid stream sniping here? 2-minute spec delay. And that's 2-minute real time, so that's like 4.5 game minutes, or, well, not 4.5. Someone else can do the math, but every event will have a spec delay. Beyond that, you can't really do a whole lot more. But the spec delay is significant enough where it's not a lot of information that can really be gained. By the time anyone could feed you any information, you would already have had to have that information. So that's why Microsoft has it as the standard. And it's a nice standard to have. I think it's really important to maintain that. But also at the same time, at the highest level, people, you can't just full-on trust people, right? You got to have rules in place, but people are here because they're extremely talented. And Ganji and Margougou would not need to rely on any of that outside stuff if they're on their game. Now, game 1. I was talking about Ganji's scouting. Let's pay attention to his and Margougou's scouting now, because you just need to know where your opponent is. Are they committing to multiple docks? Are they committing to the barracks? This is another example where the civ Ganji is up against is always going for man-at-arms. Now, I'm going to say that, and Margougou's going to play water, isn't he? It kind of feels like it. Usually, they're always playing for man-at-arms. You do want to confirm this, though. You do still need to confirm this. He's looking around. Margougou's also doing the same. Margougou will find the wood line. It's going to be double lumber camp here from Ganji. So that's a crazy amount on wood. And 2 wood lines is actually rather complicated if you're up against man-at-arms, because you will need to protect them. So that's 2 wood lines you need to fully pre-wall in with really awkward spacing. But Ganji's already pre-walling in this one. And, oh my god! It's a buffalo heist. Only in this case, he only gets 1. The town center from Margougou killed 2. Which isn't too bad now. They used to be a lot more punishing. Now the town center kills them and you can still eat them. So not as devastating as it could be for Margougou. Really annoying, though, to miss out on the 150 food. And Ganji... I'm glad that he still has his humor. Ganji is so freaking funny. He says, desperate times, desperate measures. He knows this is bad for him. He knows he needs to win games. He knows he needs to take some risks. Margougou has not responded. Margougou's pretty chatty as well. But the scouting, he saw the barracks. He knows he's up against Japanese. He has pre-walled every woodline. This is already significantly better than the situation we talked about in game 1. He does come to confirm now, and he doesn't see a flag. But he's Byzantine, so free town patrol. Well, I guess for now, free town watch should tell him exactly what's going to be coming in. And he will complete the archery range, and so far, so good. As long as his villagers don't overchop. I think he just overchopped. And that's another thing too, right? You need to pay attention to that. You get really used to overchops. Margougou's not making it obvious there's an overchop. Oh, there isn't an overchop. There's actually a tree there. Okay. So just attacking there for now is Margougou. Margougou's dock is actually over here, which Ganji never found, but he also didn't find the dock down here. Even if he assumes the dock is down here, this is not a bad approach because he could still use the fire ships, send them this direction. Ganji's housed. So easy. So easy to get housed when you're under a lot of pressure, right? And it's just been such a consistent theme for him. His dock couldn't produce, his barracks couldn't produce, his archer range and his town center all could not produce there. Hybrid maps, you're producing out of multiple docks, your archer ranges, your barracks, all that at once. He did actually lose the scout and not kill the villager as well. So well played from Margougou. Margougou actually has gone for arson here. So he'll destroy the buildings faster, but he does see the spear and the archer and he's going to move away. Now down here, Ganji just lost the water buffalo he stole and he'll find the houses. So he should actually recognize that there would be a dock there at some point. Actually went with a fishing ship there. And he's going with a fishing ship here, which is pretty greedy, but I like the greed approach here because as of now, Margougou hasn't gone for water. He's gone for land. Fletching timing's the next big thing. Guys, look at the wood count right now for Ganji. You floating all this wood. That could be additional archer range. That could be a blacksmith. That could be fire galleys. Wood spend is like the biggest thing at competitive AoE 2 because wood leads to everything. Leads to your buildings. It leads to your economy long term. That's what Ganji's going to have to improve. He is still taking the shorefish. He will go over here and build a mill. Margougou has found his fishing ships. And now Margougou will find out the hard way that there's a dock down here. Margougou is not expecting that. Oh, and he gets into the wood line. There was an overchop. There was an overchop. Ganji gets a crazy quick wall, though. So that's nice. He does save that villager, but the other man-at-arms are still attacking, and now the scout comes in and gets another snipe, and just like that, dude, just like that, with so much going on, Margougou gets 2 villager snipes from the man-at-arms. Villagers are still weak as well. Margougou's locked in, and he wants those vills. He gets the hill, and that'll be... Hello, scout? Scout wasn't attacking. Scout's now attacking, and Ganji's patrol is completely off. Is completely off. His archers are not engaging. He doesn't have fletching. He doesn't have fletching, man. Like, we're 15 minutes in, playing range units, still no blacksmith, still no fletching. You have to have that upgrade. Another example, Margougou is locked in. The farms are going up. The berries are there. He's going to be competitive on water even. There's going to be fires out there. But beautiful damage from Margougou. And it's not like a strategy thing, really. It's an execution thing. And to me, it just feels like Ganji's just a little bit off the pace today. Margougou is playing incredibly well. I don't want to take away from Margougou. But the storyline of gold, at least in this group, is Ganji will need to really get in shape to survive. Because this is a very difficult group. And the level's extremely high. We do have Castle Age on the way for Ganji, so maybe still something he can stabilize from. He does have 7 fishing ships. He does have fire galleys out. He does still have the range units. We still don't have a blacksmith. We still don't have fletching. which is kind of crazy. He's going for a stable now, so he wants to switch to knights. I think he's just going to give up on his ranged units, though. With no upgrades, Margougou takes the hill. Look at the confidence from Margougou. He sends it. Margougou will kill this entire army. Margougou's also attacking the fish. And Margougou could actually get his ranged army into this area. Ganji sold his stone to go Castle Age this quickly. He won't be able to panic tower. He doesn't have any army anymore. Beautiful play from Margougou. He is losing some fishing ships down here, but he's trading down the fishing ships from Ganji. And Ganji, once again, just relying on a couple quick walls here. There should be some angles for this army to get through at all times. Margougou's on the way up. Margougou is walled. Margougou's got the healthy eco. I think these ranged units can just sit in the choke. And that's enough, too. You don't even need to move too much. Just sit right there. Good luck taking the wood line, right? Hey, we got a blacksmith. We got a blacksmith. Let's go, baby. Let's go, Ganji. We're blacksmith gaming now. And he's got 2 minutes to turn this around. On water, it's looking a little unlikely. But there isn't a fishing eco for either player that's that sizable now. I guess there's still the 3 fishing ships for Ganji. Margougou will know his economy's better, but he needs to keep his units alive against knights. So he's on the move now, hoping to just get home. Still massing archers. And Ganji seems to be looking for him right now. I'm not sure one knight is enough to engage against the amount of range units Margougou has. But we'll see. It's just the fishing ship from Margougou, so nothing major. The knight actually runs through, which is a smart play. That's not full walled on the front. But there's a couple spears. There's the archers. It's just one knight. And Margougou's doing a good job here. Margougou will be up to Castle Age. Would love to see a siege push from Ganji. And he is building the siege workshop right there. So he's found himself a position. Margougou immediately runs forward with the archers. He's actually going to find this. He wanted to loop around. He's going to find this. But, I mean, doesn't make things very easy for him if the siege starts to come out there. Nice micro from Ganji. For a while there, at least the knight was running around. And again, down here on water, the dock goes down. So with the dock down now, Ganji will probably lose his fish if these fires patrol through, and they're going to. Still, though, it's only 10 crossbows from Margougou. He's only ahead by 3 economy and 1 eco upgrade. And he's going to be up against siege. Like, right next to his town center, right next to all of his economy. I think that if Margougou makes one mistake, like running into the knights here, one mistake, this game could definitely go Ganji's direction. That's good micro there from Margougou to snipe that knight before it gets healed up. But, I mean, still... Scorpion's chasing. Ganji will save that knight this time. Ganji will kill this army. Also, Margougou's fires did not full patrol, guys. They didn't full patrol, so he's not killing the fish. That means there's still some food income for Ganji to keep villagers running. Would love to see this turn into a monk siege push. I mean, clearly, he's not going to get the transitions today. His eco's going to be a mess. When you have a messy eco, siege monk push is the way to go. The fires that Ganji had just went down. But again, Margougou's not taking down the fish. So at least there's some food eco there. Double mangonel push. And Margougou is trying to rush ballistics for the crossbows. He's got a group of 5 this way. He's got a group of 5 this way. I mean, ballistics for 10 crossbows is crazy. Obviously, he can make more. If he has the resources for it, I wouldn't hate seeing guard tower defense from Margougou. Oh, man, here he is. But I think Ganji expected this. And Ganji saw it. Ganji had the Scorpion and a couple skirms at home. That's not bad. And he's being patient with the hill. He's taking down the houses from Margougou. Is it winnable for Ganji now? I kind of feel like it is. This is really tough to engage against this. Margougou will drop the tower now. The tower should complete, but the siege is there. And no guard tower upgrade yet. Margougou's housed after losing his houses. Tower completes, but it's no guard tower. Oh, Mangonel. Oh! Yikes. Big yikes. Margougou. Oh my god, what? What? Oh my god, dude, that defense from Margougou was crazy. He would have killed every single Mangonel. Ganji actually called the GG before the final shot hit, but it would have hit. Damn. That was so good for Margougou. The tower was perfectly timed. That Mangonel popped out at just the last second. Let's rewatch that engagement. Because he just completes the Siege Workshop, right? He just completes the Siege Workshop. Ganji, it's the right move to push it, by the way. Because you're behind. You need to do some damage. But you're just hoping... He doesn't know the Siege Workshop is there until the final second. He knows now. So you're like, okay, I don't know how much time I have, but I need to pay attention. And what happens is... He tries to move. Here's Margougou. He insta-pops out. Flag. Pops out. Yeah, I think he tries to move. And I don't know exactly what happens there, but he clicks the Siege Workshop. Got the timing wrong. So his first volley gets wasted with all of them. And then Margougou's micro was sick. Dodged every single volley. And yeah, like I said, would have got the last one. I mean, maybe Ganji can fire in the final seconds and kill this one. But then there's still no siege, and then the crossbows kill the knights, no problem. And then, you know, your fishing ships are going down and everything else falls apart. So, yeah, crazy game. Crazy game. Well played from Margougou. Margougou gets the sweep. Margougou will be very satisfied. Still a tough group. But I'll pull up the standings, and it's not looking very good for Ganji right now. We actually have the probability site, too, so we can look at what the stats tell us about Ganji's chances in this group. The probabilities on this site, they do not factor in player strength. They just factor in possibilities. So it's not factoring in how good Jordan is, for example, and what Jordan has done elsewhere in the group. Let's see, can you guys see the whole thing when I do this? No? All right, I got to sort this out. That'll work for now. But yeah, we go to gold. It's what, Group C? And with that result, Ganji now has 0 wins and 6 losses. And according to the numbers here, it would be Ganji with basically, what, 14% chance at survival? So still could survive, still could get into 4th place, but according to this, 14% chance. And that does not really factor in the strength of who he has to play. Like, he has to play Jordan, he has to play Kingston, he does not have to play Uzi. Or he does have to play Uzi, sorry. But hey, first place stream is still alive. First place stream is still alive. Hype for Ganji. Maybe? I don't know. If you want to go to this site, it's available to you guys. Use the TTL command, check it out. Basically, the left side, we've got the prediction contest. We have some days left on that before Platinum begins, so you guys should all submit your prediction contest on how you think Platinum's going to go. You also can create a fantasy team for Platinum League as well, but all that needs to be submitted before Platinum begins next week. So please submit while you can so you don't miss out. There's also like some stats and like you can look at player history, and we're also going to have this hopefully with some data, but yeah, lots of stuff there for now. Also, as I said at the start of the stream, we have the new merch shop with some TTL merch up right now. Next week, I'll have some of the stuff on me to model it for you. No camera right now, but we've got Titans League mugs, Titans League sweatshirts or hoodies, Titans League mouse pads, and there's more merch there too, but like the TTL stuff was just added. If you guys are curious. I know it's really cold, so maybe a hoodie would work out, but yeah, check it out. It's all new. We switched sites to one that has things more accessible than the other site that I had for years, and then also better quality, in my opinion. Price point's about the same. So